Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Status mini podcast. I am your hostess, Melany Hope. I'm a quantum energy practitioner, marketing brand consultant, and a published runway model. My passion with quantum status is all about self-worth adaptation and teaching self-worth adaptation through energy healing and personal development, as well as advanced or somewhat less tread upon perspectives. So let's get right into it. Our topic today is devaluation. In the last podcast, we covered value. And there were a few different perspectives on it, but for the most part, it was about our value and how our value applies to everything in our lives, and how when we connect that value of our self-worth, we start to see everything in our lives very differently than we did prior. So devaluation is the same idea. And I would like to cover three categories in this discussion or perspective kind of hashing on devaluation. The first one is the marketing perspective. So we all know what it's like to sit through the entire 45 minutes to an hour of the doodle comic, and the product has been presented and we're kind of sold on it, right? And we take out our credit card and we're paying, and a little box pops up that says, oh, basically, in order for you to get the full value of this product that you are purchasing, that you just listened to, a spiel about for 45 minutes, you are going to also need to purchase this. And it's usually about half the price of the original product, or sometimes the same price, or sometimes even more than that price. And I wonder, of course, it frustrates the heck out of us, but there's something that I've always wondered, and that is if these moguls and everyone are really pushing this upselling idea, if they understand what it does to their value, the value of the original product. See, there's this whole thing with adding more to the original product in order to give someone more value. And if they packaged it so that all of the value was in one place and people were paying for the full value, then they would not be devaluing their product. Okay, this goes for coaches, mentors, anyone who is an entrepreneur and running their own business and is providing services to people. They have to set their prices. So instead of upselling people and giving them an ebook or a little course to get their attention and make them feel like they've gotten their full value, if that full value was in the original product and the price didn't budge, the price didn't move, people would most certainly purchase what they felt was right for them. The business would not be devaluing itself by watering down their product. Think of it this way. If you're an entrepreneur, many of you are, a lot of my followers are entrepreneurs. So let's look at it this way. You have your package. Let's say you have a course, okay? And you're selling it online, and you're selling let's say you have a diet program or an exercise program. Let's say an exercise program. And you are selling that exercise course online. Then the next part of the purchase is a diet guide to go along with it. And then maybe along with that, you have exercise bands or equipment to go along with that. If everything was packaged together at a decent price, one that would benefit you and reasonable for the customer based on the value that they're getting, then you would have much more value as an entrepreneur. You would not just be seen as selling this little ebook or selling this course or somebody who is in it for the money. You'd be seen as someone who is seriously standing behind their product and genuinely aware of how it feels to purchase value. If you look at, let's say, courses that are $25,000 and above, they do not lower the price. The price is not lowered. If you're paying several $1,000s to a mentor for the work that they're doing with you, because you've seen what they've done with their life, you've seen what they've done with their other customers, clients, and you go to that person and you say, hey, can you give me a discount? Can you give me a free session? The person's not going to appreciate the devaluation of them. But a seriously in tune entrepreneur is going to understand that it's not so much a devaluation of them, because that person is speaking from a place of lack themselves. They're speaking from a place of, what's the word that I'm looking for? They're not seeing how much they're devaluing themselves as a person. And this is really painful as an entrepreneur, as someone who's been through this, gone through this, been advised to do upselling, been advised to do a lot of like aggressive marketing. And as someone who's kind of stepped back from all of that and said no, I can say that there is a huge difference in value between the people who are charging larger amounts for their full program, one-time payment, and the people who are constantly trying to upsell people to make an extra $5, an extra $10, an extra $20, $30, $40, all the way up into maybe $1,000, depending on the program. I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur. This is more so for my quantum status marketing page, for the audience there. I want to encourage you as an entrepreneur to really look at your reputation, what you are doing, and how you are devaluing your service. Your service has so much value because it's a part of you. It's a creative part of you. It's an extension of you. It has a phenomenal amount of value. But if you water it down, okay, well, you're only paying this much for the course, and I'll throw in these bonuses. Then they say, usually in the script or whatever, there is an understanding that each bonus is worth so much. Okay, so let's look at how much all of the bonuses are worth. Now let's look at the original product, a course, or a session, or whatever it might be that you're selling. How much is that session worth now? If you deduct the cost of all of these products, because these are being thrown in as bonuses and things like this, your actual course is probably in the minuses. Your actual product is probably in the minuses. This is one of the worst things we can do if we want to establish our name in the marketplace, and we want to establish our integrity, our guarantee, and our product as being a master product. When you upsell, you look desperate. When you're always doing these add-ons, you look desperate. Here's a suggestion that I would give after 10 years in marketing. 10 plus years in marketing and being in the industry and sales industry and all of this. I would suggest, instead of doing the upsells for the extra 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks or whatever, that you center in on your course, on your product. And then before the customer leaves the page, the purchase page, you have something pop up that is not, okay, you need to purchase this in order to complete the value, because that just makes your product look like a shitty product, pardon my language, but it does. Instead of that, devaluing your product or devaluing yourself, devaluing your brand, devaluing your name, put the customer, the client in charge. Have an invitation to your website or to your business page where your products are listed, because it is very likely that if the customer is purchasing something from you, they could be interested in purchasing something else from you. You've got their attention already. But give them the feeling that they can go to your website, that they can go to your page and purchase whatever else it is that they feel like purchasing, instead of feeling like they have to purchase the add-on in order to get the complete value of the original product. No one likes add-ons. No one wants all of these extra ebooks. They don't get read. They take up space. And most people are feeling overwhelmed by the time they get off of the page and they've made their purchases. So you're not being seen as a leader in the marketplace for your product. You're being seen as another one of those sleazy people who does upselling. I hate to say it, but it's true. The most valuable thing that you can have from a customer is their choice to purchase your products, not a pressure or a manipulation to purchase something in order to complete what they've already purchased. It's sleazy marketing, and we're better than that. Put a purchase price of what you believe your product is worth on your product. Stick with it. Set your standard, set your price, and honor yourself. As entrepreneurs, we get stuck on the almighty dollar, and we forget that we have a reputation connected to it. When we're desperate, we're going to lose a lot more people through things like upselling and add-ons, regardless of what the gurus are telling you. The gurus are the ones that are selling their packages at $25,000, $50,000, $60,000, and sometimes more. They are selling them and they don't have add-ons connected to them. Once someone purchases their product, what happens is they put them on an email list or some way of communication, a Facebook page, and then they work on building relationships with those people. And over time, they present more products to them. But if you go to their pages or to their websites and you're purchasing a product and they're doing add-ons, the likelihood of you seeing them as a credible source of value is not likely. This is a podcast, this is a topic, that I've been wanting to cover on my podcast for some time, but I have had to go through a lot more information to make sure that I was not blowing this out of proportion. And I do not believe that I am. after going over a lot of these websites and a lot of these coaching strategies and different things that the gurus have been promoting, I really believe that we can do so much better by putting a price on what we're worth originally, sticking with it, and then attracting the right people into our space. So guys, this was a lot different than the podcast that I usually do. It was really serious. It was really like kind of a little bit aggressive, abrupt, maybe a little harsh. But I don't want you to be another one of those entrepreneurs who's looked at like you're desperate. People are not ATMs. They're not wallets, and they're not checkbooks. The second that you teach a person or train a person to believe that that's what they are to you through these upselling methods, you are going to lose that respect. So that's not important to some entrepreneurs, but I know that's very important to a lot of entrepreneurs that have thought a lot about the upselling side of it and are on the fence about it. So this is simply another perspective to kind of add to the perspective that you already have of this. And I'm so grateful you all tuned in. If you would like to book a session with me, there'll be a link posted above, Melany Hope, Quantum Practitioner, Lemurian Healing. You can go to that page and you can book a session with me, or you can message me directly in the comments and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. I love you all. Namaste. And gratitude always, guys.